Cool.
I think. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Funnel and Grind TV. I am here with Luis Alvarado. We are going to be talking about how he went from an agency where he had clients and expectations to meet, and now he is living the digital nomad life with no clients, absolutely passive income, and he's going to show us how he did that. So welcome, Luis. Excited to have you here.
Yeah, thanks, Stef. What is going on, guys? I'm really excited to be talking about this topic that I'm super passionate about sharing, and that has allowed me to, not just attain financial freedom, but also more time, more time on my hands, which is what I know a lot of people seek. It was something that I was after, what I was promised when I jumped into this whole like online business space, right? So, yeah, so thanks for having me.
Awesome. So we actually got to chat on Wednesday. Originally, this was supposed to air on Wednesday, but the Facebook gods were down at the moment. So I got a little bit of a sneak preview of what we were going to chat about. And I wanted to talk to you specifically about the Matrix. So I watch your stories. I love watching your education about financial freedom. And one of your main points were how you go from active income, which a lot of us are sitting in that bucket right now of having clients, having to talk to business owners and do all those prospecting aspects of our business, and how you were able to move into a more passive lifestyle. So I'd love to know more about that.
Yeah, sure. So since we are here on Zoom, I think I could even like draw it out, right?
I think
I
so.
think I can. Yeah, I think you just gotta give me rights to like share, and then I can. You guys are gonna see my my some art I'm about to share.
I think
Okay, let's see. Oh, there we go. Cool. So we have the whiteboard right here. Are you able to see it?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so to start off, there's 5 different types of income that one can generate. And first of all, the way that things move, let's start drawing this. Yeah, in this direction, right? We have, there we go. Oh, nice. Okay, so here we have time, and I'll just put T for time. I'm not gonna draw out the whole thing. So here we have time, and here we have space. Now, when we are at a specific location, we have to fill in that space. Now, the way that evolution is headed, right? Like, for example, the internet, it's allowed us to have jobs where we don't need to be in a specific geographical location. So we can literally be anywhere, right? And space then becomes from here going positive to we have less amount of space that we need to fill, right? And same with time. And when we are working and when we are trading in our time, we have a lot of it, right? Where we have time and our goal is to become timeless. So that's the path of evolution. And the same thing applies when you have these same principles. The same thing applies to the type of incomes that you can generate. So a lot of us start off with that non-mobile income, right? Where we have to actually go to a specific place in order for us to generate income and really trade in our time. And the next goal is to then be able to, for example, you are still trading in your time, but you don't have to specifically be in a place, right? So that's mobile income. That means that you can now be able to just work from your laptop, which nowadays it's the most efficient way to generate income. So we went from non-mobile to mobile income, and that all falls under active income, which is being able to still work. You're literally, the time that you put in is the amount of income that you put out, right? And we have this, let me change oh, they've updated this thing. It's pretty cool. So we got different colors right here, right? So then we have active income right here, which is our first column, and this is where over 90% of people are, right? This is where they're in their corporate ladders, And if you guys have any questions, by the way, for those that are tuning in, you can, oh, it looks nice on here. Say what's up and just let me know where you guys are currently at in this little matrix right here.
We have
So
Aaron and Daniel, so definitely drop your comments and your questions down below. Say hi, what's up?
yeah, say hello, say hello. So we went from where 90% of people are, right? Which is non-mobile active. They're working their 9 to 5. But then when you finally start off that side hustle, you begin moving into that mobile space, right? Where you can finally have some type of flexibility or where you have to actually be and can work on your own times, but your income's still tied to your time. So then this is mobile active income. Now, once you finally made it to mobile, once you've had that, side hustle, it's finally generating income and it's good for you. Now you got to start delegating tasks and you need to start automating.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when we finally get into semi-passive income. Okay, and semi-passive, what you guys see here. Let me give you some examples of what that looks like. For example, we have affiliate marketing, which is huge, right? It's a way that I can create systems and I could have some aspects of my business delegated, and then I can go and scale my income independently of the time that I'm actually putting in. So let's say that you are dedicating at most 7 hours a week. That would be considered semi-passive because if I just dedicate 7 hours a week maximum to a specific venture, but my income's still increasing, that's considered semi-passive because I was able to build those systems around what I had created here, with my active income, and now I put it into the semi-passive income bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the goal is to then again keep moving to the right. So then we're able to finally reach passive income, which is the dream, right? This is where people want to be able to be right here. This is literally, and we had time up here and then we had space, right? So this is spaceless, and
Mm-hmm.
passive income is completely timeless, meaning you don't have to trade any of your time in order to generate this type of income. And unfortunately, it's where most of society will never ever have any, type of passive income. And so this is the road that one needs to take. This is the path, right? We most people start off here, and then the goal, make it a priority to be able to become mobile, be able to have that flexibility to move around, and then start creating those systems. And then you get into that semi-passive, which if you have an agency, you can totally do that. I have a buddy of mine that has a completely outsourced agency. He puts some time in, but you can white label your services. Like, there's so many ways to go about that, right? If you're building, for example, if you have an online course, you can go and systematize the whole entire process, which you're still going to be needing to put out new content, but you've been able to go from doing the whole thing like one-to-one teaching. Now you're teaching the masses all at once, and that's considered semi-passive. Now when we get into investing, and when we finally get into having our income that was generated and created through a business, now we're able to learn how to actually manage that and compound it and grow it. That's when we've hit here that passive income mark. So this is kind of what the passive income matrix, the Stef talked about and what it's all about. So let me know if you have any questions on that.
Yeah, definitely drop a 2 in the comments if you want to go from non-mobile to passive and create that whole outline for yourself. So Louis, when you started out, did you have that vision of wanting to go into passive income, or did that become something you discovered through having your agency first?
Yeah, so the business model that started it all for me was the agency. And then I got into consulting, then I got into coaching, then I sold info products. And when I got into that phase of doing product launch after product launch, right? And I was doing pretty well. I was doing really, really well with my launches and helping other people launch. And I decided to, like, hey, I just graduated college. Let me go and travel the world and do something that I've always, dreamed of doing. And I had never had the opportunity to do so, or the money to do so, right? I didn't have the resources to do so. So I'm here traveling and moving from city to city and doing product launches. And I was running a Facebook group at the time. And it got to the point where I'm like, oh man, this is pretty exhausting, right? And in order for me to stay relevant and for me to stay top of mind and to for my audience, I like have to keep on posting. And if I want to make money, I have to do another launch and I have to create new things.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man, I don't think this is the most effective way of going about business. And then I was seeing other influencers around me that were like completely like just burning out, doing the same thing that I was doing. So then I started thinking to myself as I was traveling, how can like truly generate passive income? Because a lot of us have been sold this dream of passive income, but I'm like, this is not passive. And
Mm-hmm.
at the time, I didn't know the different types of income that I just shared with you right now, right? I didn't know like, okay, well, this is where I'm at right now, this is where I need to go, or the steps that I needed to take to go from one quadrant to the next. And as I was traveling, I just kept asking myself that question, right? How can I truly generate passive income? And I had to get real with myself. And I'm like, well, I have a high paying job. I don't really have like a solid business model in place because I'm getting paid super well. I'm doing everything kind of, in my own terms.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm not present, like the income is not going to be there.
Right.
And then I started getting into affiliate marketing. And then with affiliate marketing, I started seeing more monthly recurring, right, income. And then I started learning more about the systems. I started learning more about the back end of the business, which again, what a lot of people see online is just kind of like the front end of what everybody's selling. So you think all of a sudden, oh yeah, you just create this digital product and then you go on, you sell it to your audience. And there's a whole lot of stuff on the back end that people miss out on. And those are the type of things that I didn't know before and that my previous mentors never taught me. And so I had to go out and seek knowledge from people that have been studying and have been implementing strategies that have stood the test of time. And then I just became like obsessed about learning every single principle that actually stands the test of time, not just like with the tech, right? Not just with the ways that are hot right now with money, but things that have been implemented, hundreds, even 1,000 years ago. The
Mm-hmm.
way that we go about our money and where we place it, and the marketing principles to date, because tech comes and goes, and it's always gonna, the evolution's always gonna be there, but the principles, the foundation stays the same. So that's what I became interested in knowing as I was doing all of this. And then, of course, started to seek out individuals that would teach me like how to actually create passive income. So then that's when it all started for me, right? That's when I started having like all these epiphanies on like, okay, well, how do I restructure what I have going on, and what are the steps that I need to actually take for me to have the dream business that I've wanted to create. And so after I had all that realization, it was July of last year, and I happened to be back in my hometown in Peru. And I just went through like this phase where I gained so much clarity after doing like a whole bunch of processes and exercises. I got this so much clarity into knowing exactly what I wanted to do and exactly what I wanted to teach and keep pursuing, right? Which is not anything that's trendy, but it's stuff that no matter what comes and goes in this space, like what I'm gonna be teaching, passive income mastery, is going to stay true, and it's gonna stand the test of time, right? The way that things are generated and where it comes from and where to then allocate my money. So so yeah, that was kind of like the breakthrough moment that I had back when I was there. I came back to the United States, and then I completely just in like a week I shut down everything, and I'm like, I'm starting all over, and I'm gonna pursue this new path, and I'm gonna build it like I want to, because I already had some semi-passive going, but I hadn't really hit that passive income mark yet that I wanted to. Um, and then I also have a formula that I can share with you that can let
Awesome.
you know exactly, where you're at right now, how much passive income you need to take to actually become financial independent too.
Who wants to see that? Drop a 3 in the comments if you want to see his formula.
Drop a three, guys. Drop that three. What's up, Audrey, Amador? Hello, guys. Um, So then this formula right here, my major, as you can see it right there, guys, in the back. I majored and I graduated as a mechanical engineer and have a minor in mathematics too. So I love math. I've always loved the sciences. But this formula that I'm about to share, they never like it's definitely the most important one in my entire life. And I never learned it after going like five level steep after doing calculus. So this is what it is. Let's see. Clear all my drawing. Okay, there we go. So this is what we really need to pay attention to, right? What matters in this life is cash, like how much like liquid cash
Mhm.
you have on you in your bank account right now, right? Stuff that within the next day you have, and even if you go to the bank account and withdraw, or if you're have done some type of investments, for example, real estate does not count because you can't just take out a brick and exchange it, right? So you need to have and be as liquid as you possibly can. So that's number one, being able to pay to this number, which is your cash. Then the next variable is your expenses, right? Being able to be clear on what your expenses are. And lastly, that passive income, which again, I mentioned that not a lot of people have this, so they tend to just rely on the cash that they're currently making and their monthly expenses. So this formula right here is going to help you know how much time you can actually buy yourself into the future. And by that I mean being able to take a specific number from your earnings, right, from your current income that you're making, and then being able to take this cash and then dividing it by your expenses, and then subtracting your passive income. This is going to let you know, hey, I can go ahead and buy myself 3 months into the future if I absolutely don't do anything right now, right? You'll be able to just go, and if you don't have a job, well, guess what? You don't, you'll be living comfortably for the next 3 4 months.
Mhm.
Some people can buy themselves, 20 something months into the future, 36 something months into the future, whatever that case may be. So if I say that I have, for example, I have like 8K, right? 8K saved, and in my expenses every single month I'm looking at like $2,000 that I'm spending, and I have literally zero passive income. That comes out to four, right?
Mhm.
So I can buy myself 4 months into the future. Now, it is wise to always have a buffer of 3 to 6 months that you can buy yourself into the future, because that will help you emotionally, right? That will help you like know that, okay, cool. Like if shit hits the fan, like have 4 months to kind of get back up on my feet and go pursue whatever I want. This is also going to give you ease when you were trying to see like, okay, well, I want to go and pursue this new venture. I want to go ahead and leave my job and pursue business full time. This is what it's going to help you with. So let's say somebody is, again, the same person is still doing 8K, right? But now all of a sudden they've gone and they've reviewed their expenses. So now they've been able to lower it down to just $1,000 a month that they're, spending on everything, and still they have zero passive income. So now they're able to, just by reducing that $1,000 in a month, right? Just by looking at their expenses and seeing everything that they could have possibly scratched out, because in all reality a lot of people just spend money on stuff that they could just be saving, right? So now you can buy yourself 8 months into the future, so you've literally doubled what you had at the beginning just by reducing it by $1,000. Now what we really want to increase is our passive income,
Mhm.
right? Like this is the thing. Now, what I want to warn you guys about is that a lot of people that go and get into real estate, for example, what they're doing in real estate, the the game here is to increase your cash, right? Be able to then reduce your expenses and then be able to increase your passive income. And what happens when you buy a house, right? And when you buy a house and expect in the next few years for that to increase in value, well, in that moment, you've gone and you've decreased your cash. Now you've increased your expenses, and it's literally done nothing for your passive income, right? So that's why I'm not too fond of people that kind of go about just buying property for no reason. If you're going to rent it out and you have a strategy behind it, awesome. But for most people, they kind of do it blindly without doing the numbers, and they end up digging a hole for themselves that's not going to help them achieve financial dependence, which is what they're after.
Mm.
So then this number, whenever your passive income matches or exceeds your expenses, that's when you finally, become financially independent. So if we've had a specific amount of number, and then, for example, let's say we're spending 4,000 a month, and in our passive income, we also have 4,000, which is matching, that would equal to 0 as the denominator, right? So then that becomes infinite. So now you've literally obtained financial freedom, right? You have financial independence. But there's 2 stages now to financial independence. The first one, and by me showing you this, guys, it's I hope that the biggest thing that you can take away from here is that you don't need to become a millionaire to be financially independent. Like,
Right.
a lot of people can achieve this just by being clear on their numbers, right? Just go and a tool that I would highly recommend is, let me go on my phone and get this app. It's called Personal Capital. It's such an amazing tool in the way that it it monitors all my income and all my expenses across, like, literally all my credit card, debit cards, my investments, literally absolutely everything, and then it gives me my net worth, right? And so it helps me track all my numbers, and being able to then achieve that financial freedom at that first stage, is being able to be independent from your boss, from your spouse, just from, like, literally anybody. And that's the second stage of being financially independent, is no matter what happens in the market, no matter what happens to you, right? You're able to still be making money. So I know that because my passive income is just going to keep increasing over time, I know that it's going to outlive my time here on earth. And so by having this knowledge, I had, like, a huge shift in my mind that took me from just thinking, oh, what am I going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 years from now? Like, you begin setting, like, 1,000-year goals, right? And when you begin setting 1,000-year goals, it's because the legacy that you're leaving behind is going to be carried out through the money that you've generated, that generational wealth that you've gone and you've created from your business, and then you've taken those earnings from your business, and then you've learned how to actually manage it and invest it, and now it's just going to compound and grow over time. And so a huge shift in your mind happens when you realize that, because now you're thinking on, like, okay, well, like, what do I want to leave behind? What causes do I want to support, after I'm gone and after I'm not here anymore? So yeah, so that kind of, like, that formula was, like, such a game changer for me, and just what it made me realize, and the possibilities that, that exist out there after you get your money right.
Mm-hmm, for sure. So a couple things I heard, just to recap, the forms of affiliate income or passive income you're using is, number one, affiliate, which I know a large part is like ClickFunnels. You created a YouTube video saying that you reached $1,000 days, or $1,000 in one day. And the next one was courses. So creating an automation. So they're selling these courses for you on YouTube is your primary channel of choice,
Yeah, yeah.
from our last conversation. And tell us a little bit more about that shift, because I know that you took a step back from Facebook in general, and we had a whole conversation about the reasons why you did that. So if you'd like to kind of walk us through that process.
Yeah, for sure. So the thing, like every business, you need to have a traffic source, and you need to be fueled by something. And I mean, Facebook is great for organic reach if you have a Facebook group, right? But you need to be able to rank over time. and you get several leads a day. I did pretty well with Facebook. I launched one of my courses, did over 6 figures in like 4 months from just having influence over a group. So it did super, super well. But again, it was a lot of work, and I was stuck in that product launch phase, right?
Right.
So now when you create a system, which YouTube allowed me to do, was able to create something, put it out there, and now all of a sudden I have this traffic source that is going to keep feeding my business over and over again, and it's going to actually exponentially increase over time, unlike Facebook, where if you don't have any engagement, like the engagement either relies on you or your audience, right? On YouTube, it doesn't do that. It relies on like the whole world, and the whole world is just kind of searching for you instead of you having to cause a little spark and motion in what you got going on, so then they can show your stuff to other people, right? That does not happen on YouTube. People come
Hmm.
to you instead. And so after some time, I'm like, well, I want to keep on doing that. And for this year, I've just been focused on putting my team together and really been testing what actually works on YouTube and what hasn't been working. And I started doing that. I would say last year I started monetizing my channel, um, in the way that it would be like my own stuff, right? Not getting paid from Google, because getting paid from Google on these ads are like the lowest form of payment that you
Yeah.
can possibly get on YouTube. So was being able to not just grow on YouTube, but being able to monetize it in that way. And the last time that I posted a video was maybe like a few months ago. I haven't shared something this year, but I'm finally gonna be pumping out again videos. But those videos that I made a long time ago, guess what? They're like still making me money, and they're still being shown in front of people. And so it's working, and you don't need to get like a lot of views, especially like if you know your market, if you do, your market research, specifically for us, like I teach digital marketing, right? I teach people how to start up a business with what it is that they love, and then being able to automate that and delegate that, and then being able to, take them down the road of financial independence. But that's what I share on my channel. And since I know not a lot of people are kind of like clicking through it or like seeing it, as opposed to, if I were to put out a dance video which gets like millions of views right away, or these conspiracy theory videos that are now like popping off on YouTube,
Hmm.
or people that are gaming, right? Like these get a lot of views, but in our niche, maybe if you get like 5,000 views, like you could be making serious cash, from your content, because you're getting attracted, you're getting targeted leads, you're getting viewers that are falling in love with who you are, your brand, your message, everything that you got going on. And then you're able to indoctrinate them into your world, and then just create these, follow-up systems. And the back end, once again, that, being able to create automation tools that are delivering value for you on autopilot, that are making offers for you completely on autopilot, and that are driving sales for your business all on autopilot. So being able to build this know, like, and trust through automation tools and marketing injected into these tools is what really has the engine going. So then it leaves me, it leaves me the opportunity to just be able to share whatever I want to share out there on YouTube as my platform of choice, that I can just grab my camera, film a video, give it to my team, and then have it uploaded, and then it's just there. It's just like a new thing, a new like lead magnet, right? Like every single video is then treated as a lead magnet instead of me creating a new lead magnet for myself. So yeah, that's kind of what the journey's been like with YouTube, because it's way more passive. It may start off slow, you may not get instant gratification, but once that gets going, is just literally like it's a snowball effect. It's amazing.
For sure. And I've actually been seeing that shift lately because we are frankly pumping out so much content, and content producers, course creators are getting really burnt out, as you mentioned, always having to stay relevant on Facebook, and finding ways to repurpose their content from like 2 years ago that's still evergreen and still relevant. But now they're hiring people like me who kind of skim through and collect all that data to just put it back out again. So I think YouTube is that wave that, it's been around for a long time,
Yeah.
but just getting comfortable in front of the camera and realizing the ROI potential of putting out content that is searchable, because Google is a search engine and they own YouTube. So YouTube is also a search engine. And if you type in how to build a funnel and you're on that suggested page, or you're in that front number one slot, then that really positions you in a way where you could get those leads. As you mentioned, also, they're typing in those things. So they're already hot and ready to learn more. And by you providing that freebie or that Facebook group or that website that takes them to that next step in their journey, it really helps them to continue to be nurtured through your sequence. And what I also liked, what you did was, I believe you put like a share funnel, or you share, the news about ClickFunnels is just the top affiliate I could think of. You put like a review video, and then you could just share your share funnel and get people to join in under you and get passive income that way. So there's definitely a lot of ways to kind of maneuver it if you are creating a course. Talk about your course topic on YouTube,
Yeah.
and have your lead magnet. And then I feel that that's the wave that's going to be happening in 2019. I think we're all kind of heading that direction soon.
Yeah, yeah, and even if you have a course, a good strategy to implement with YouTube would be to, do a review or share something. Like educational content is pretty great. Like there's so much stuff that we want to learn, that the first thing that we either do nowadays is either go to YouTube. Like people that are just starting out, they have no clue that these groups exist, right? The
Mhm.
only people that are aware that you are to join Facebook groups and to get in contact with like these influencers are people that are kind of already have some type of experience. But with people that are complete newbies, complete fresh, eyes, and are just kind of getting their feet wet, the first place that they go is they go to Google or they go to YouTube to learn about how to make money online, right? And so it's like a brand new, fresh introduction into who I am. I'm not collecting any other emails right away. It's like, hey, I'm showing you value up front, and if you want to go and you want to learn a little bit more, well, then you can hit me up. And like I started, like for me, like YouTube was, it was just mind blowing me, because I was getting, emails of people were hitting me up on my DMs on Instagram, and they were seeking me out from like on all these different platforms. And when I told you the last time that I had posted videos was like months ago, and I'm like, wow, like this YouTube is still, serving my stuff to people that are searching for it. And these people are like so interested, so pulled into the subject, that they've gone as far as, reach out to me. And it's a completely different impact than the relationships that I've had and that I've built like over Facebook. The people that I've definitely seen on YouTube are much more like loyal and feel more connected to you. And so when they do get access to you through another medium, it's like, oh wow, I was able to like get in touch with this person that I had just seen them on a video that was just filmed, that was pre-recorded.
Mhm. Yeah, and another thing that I really enjoy about YouTube is, in Facebook, we mentioned you have to stay relevant, you have to continuously put content out. And a lot of us, I'm starting to realize, we're all in the same networks and the same groups. I'm getting a lot of friend requests with like 150 of the same friends, and I'm sure some of my friends are selling the same exact services and programs I'm selling. So, and actually, funny enough, I saw a big influencer like over like millions of dollars sold on her program. She just launched something identical to what I was about to launch. So that kind of discourages you, right? But with YouTube, they don't even know this whole world that we live on Facebook. They don't know the influencers we know. For all they care, they're just like a blip on the social media world, right? But on YouTube, you have control over their attention span, because you get to say, subscribe to my channel. This is just my channel. You could binge watch all my videos, make playlists on there.
Yeah.
You could have, just that focus, that attention on just you. It's not like five other people like talking as well on the side. It's just you. So that is a definite way to capture attention and have people just fall in love with who you are as a brand. So I really like that aspect of it. Audrey
Totally agree.
mentioned she mentioned that you need to learn SEO for YouTube. Now, we also discussed this, and the tool that
Correct.
we both were talking about was called TubeBuddy, like YouTube TubeBuddy. And I believe it's only like $9 a month, but it gives you the keywords to put on your metadata, your tags, your description, your title. Those are the ways that you could really rank on YouTube. And do you have any comments on any other ones you know of?
Yeah, so when it comes to YouTube, yeah, it's not just all about, just publishing your videos. You need to be able to rank videos if you want to actually make money from YouTube, right? And so being able to do so, being able to like learn the SEO aspect of it turned out huge. And my story with that was I started again investing thousands of dollars into people that were doing super well. We're doing multiple six figures, seven figures from YouTube. And so after several months of training and getting content even from people inside of YouTube, I'm like, okay, well, I thought I had it all. Like I thought I had gained everything there was because I was going to all these different resources, and now it's just them telling me the same thing, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I think it doesn't get any better than this. I think I have all the information that I need. So, but as I was implementing it, I'm like, I'm like going through all this stuff, but I'm not getting. I was so used to Facebook and Instagram and getting that instant results, right? And that just wasn't happening with YouTube. But then one day along came my buddy. I think you know him, Tony Tovar,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes and he's like, "Oh man, I've seen what you're doing with YouTube. Can I help you out?" And I'm like, "Okay, bro. Like, sure. Like, what do you have?" Like, I didn't know. Like, he does SEO. He has an SEO agency. He's done amazing SEO work for like years, and one of the best in this field. And I'm like, okay, well, what does he know about YouTube? Because I've never seen him post a YouTube video. Like, what is he gonna, share with me that I've already spent like thousands of dollars and all these other resources? What does he have to share? So he goes and then he starts telling me, he's like, the reason why a lot of people like do SEO and just kind of do that and are amazing at it, and they don't get on YouTube because they're shy, right? Like that's why they're doing SEO, and that not why they're like popped off on YouTube. So all the people that are really amazing with search engines are not on YouTube. And so here comes a guy that's amazing with search engine, and now he's sharing these strategies with me. And literally since the moment that he began sharing this stuff with me, it was like this. Like every single video that I would make would instantly rank. And I know without a doubt every video that I make, if I want to, I can make it rank top, either number one or in the top five in like the search. And that's what's been attributing a lot to my success. It was because of him. And then now, being able to carry out exactly what he's been able to share with me, that's what's given me the confidence to go and pursue, and all that kind of like tied in to my story that I shared earlier, and when I decided to just kind of like drop everything and pursue YouTube as my main traffic source, and like the results are there. And so yeah, being able, like what Audrey said, being able to really rank your videos and learn SEO is what's gonna help you, completely dominate YouTube.
Exactly, definitely. So if you guys have any questions, I see there's a few of you still on. Thank you for watching until this point. Any other questions that you have for Lewis, definitely drop them down below. And is there any way that we can learn more about you? What's your current link or offering that you have going on right now?
Yeah, so for anybody that's trying to get more customers, being able to either are just getting started or may want to, bring in more leads for their business, I created this free course that's delivered to you via email. And you can get it at get100customers.com. And I can definitely, are you typing that out
Yep.
in the comments? Cool. Yeah, so just get100customers.com. And for those that want to scale their business and have reached that six-figure mark or are close to hitting it and want to kind of have more time on their hands, hit me up in my inbox. I can definitely take you and help you, put you on the right track to take what you've already earned and literally give you like where you're going to be like a year from now, 10 years from now, when it comes to that money, and being able to take those earnings and turn them into more passive ways of income. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and just message me personally. But as of right now, I am helping those people that are kind of just starting out and they want to, just expand their business early on. But in the future, I'll have more resources in ways that you can automate and be able to create those passive streams of income for yourself.
Definitely. And I highly recommend following Lewis on his Facebook or Instagram. I'll put all his links down below because he definitely has a lot of great stories that I follow personally. And
Oh
also,
yeah, follow me on Instagram. On Instagram stories is the place that I literally post it. Like if you have any questions on anything and absolutely everything that I do, shoot me a message on Instagram. I like post like all the time. You'll see Stef in my story today.
awesome. So thank you so much, Lewis, for sharing all those golden nuggets with us. And go to get100clients.com. I said that right?
Customers.
Customers.
Yeah, yeah.
100customers.com and learn more about how he was able to go from burnt out agency owner to 100% passive income. Thank you so much, Lewis. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much, Steph. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Take care. Bye, everyone. That was awesome.